Hello and welcome. Today I thought I'd take you through the various grits that I use to get beautiful finished effects out of the stones. The stone that we're working with here is called lapis lazuli. Whoops! It came off. I had some glue on there. Please like, share, and subscribe. Despite that, we'll have some fun as we go along. So lapis lazuli is a beautiful stone. As you can see, I'm just using my fingers now. I don't have the dop stick with me. It's beautiful shades of blue. It has some gold in it and some white. Lapis lazuli is associated with royalty, strength, courage, wisdom and intellect, friendship and truth. From ancient times, lapis lazuli has been worn in the belief that it will ward off evil. In ancient Egypt, it was powdered and worn about the eyes to improve eyesight. The first wheel that we're using on the lapping machine today is an 80 grit wheel. It's rather strong. It'll take off any cut marks from when you cut the stones. This is the part of the process where you do a lot of your forming and shaping. It takes a lot of the imperfections out of the stone. We'll get on to some of the further wheels, and I'll show you exactly what you can come to expect as we go through this process to bring it from basically an unfinished rock to an absolutely beautiful piece of wearable jewelry. You'll notice in this first stage, I'm continuously stopping and having a look at the stone to make sure that I'm not over grinding or working too hard on some of the fractured areas. Now, as you do this, you'll notice I'm going in some circles here. What I'm doing is from the outside to the inside, I'm forming a dome or what is called a cabochon with this rock. As I'm forming this rock, you'll notice that I will be grinding on the edges of it. That you put on with the edge grinding is called girdling the stone. And now we're about to change to a different grit here. What you'll see as we do that is you'll notice that I turn the wheel up very high. What that does is it just makes it easier for me to clean up. It spits any excess water off of the wheel. Now, as you'll notice, I'm turning this nut in a clockwise fashion, not counterclockwise, which you would normally intuitively do. What I'm about to do is I just took that 80 grit disc off, and I'm now in the process of putting a 400 grit. We're starting to go to some softer grinding. We're still grinding pretty good, but 400 grit is what we're doing next, and you'll see some of the results that we get from that. As you can hear, we're getting less noise coming off this wheel because there's actually less grit. So we did all of our forming and shaping with the 80. Now we're just going to do a little bit more, and finally when we get to the end is when we do the shining and polishing and get it to the stage where it's a beautiful piece of gemstone. And next in the lineup is 600 grit, and then we go to 800 grit. You'll notice I sort of skipped a grinding portion there. There's no reason for you to spend lots and lots of time watching this. You're sort of getting the idea as we go along. We're just getting towards the end stage here when we get the beautiful polish, which I will be glad to show you at the end. Stick around. I'm going to show you some of the finished product when we get there. And I didn't bother showing you the wheel change here, but this is in fact a 1500 grit wheel. This is where we take out the final imperfections, any scratches that are left, any small little gouges. This is where we'll do it. And next is coming up the 3000 grit, which is what we use to give it its final polish. And as we get near the finish, we go to the 3000 grit wheel. This portion of forming the stone takes the least time of all. Each grit you spend less and less time. Most of the work is done with the 80 and the 400 grit. This is just fine tuning so we get a beautiful end result. Stick around, I'm going to show you some beautiful finished product. And so here you have what we were working on, just on a little simple leather lace. And as we come up a little further, you'll see the exact piece we were working on, plus some other ones that I've been doing in the last couple of days. And as we get to the end, this is just a different lapis lazuli. And sometimes they come out with a different presentation, and that's what happened here. Thanks for joining us today. We hope to see you again. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps us to make more like this. Thank you for your time today.